So, unless you're living under a rock or something, you would know that a live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop came out, adapted by none other than the infamous Netflix. Now, I don't know if you've seen the show or not, so I'll try to keep my spoilers to a minimum, but there will be spoilers for the anime, which came out in like 1998. So, if you haven't seen the anime yet, go watch it right now. It's one of the best anime out there. In fact, it's actually the best original anime ever, because it didn't have source material to work with and everything was completely original. So if you haven't seen the anime, go away now. Go. Okay, now that those uncultured swines are gone, let's talk about Cowboy Bebop. The Netflix show was actually pretty good, in my opinion. I think it's probably one of the most faithful adaptations ever done, although I still think Death Note 2 was the best live action adaptation ever. The first episode of Cowboy Bebop was the most faithful thing I've ever seen. From the Bruce Lee fight sequences that Spike does to the dialogue, there are only like a few changes, like how they met Faye or the fact that Jet has a daughter, and the rest of the season follows the episodic formula of the anime, with a lot more character development on Vicious and Julia and the Red Dragon Syndicate. There is a huge change in the finale that was just there to leave space for a second season, which I'm definitely looking forward to. I did dislike some changes, but I also enjoy the show a lot. The show is much more comedic and the characters care about each other, and it's entertaining watching the chemistry they have between them. This was absent in the anime. In the anime, they didn't give a shit about each other, they just minded their own business. Each of them had baggage and their own shit to deal with, which was unique in many ways. The actors are amazing. John Cho portrayed a perfect Spike Spiegel. Mustafa did an amazing job as Jet. And I don't really remember all of their names, but I really loved the actor for Vicious. He was intimidating, he was villainous, and he was vicious. And the actress for Faye Valentine, she was great. Her dialogue, the way she spoke, was totally how I imagined her character in the anime in real life. Some people hate her hair, but I wasn't really bothered by it. I thought she was great. I did have a few disappointments though, like Ed and Ein. Ein wasn't in the show that much. He was, but he was kind of dropped off in the middle. And Ed wasn't in the show at all. She was name dropped 3 times in one episode, and there's something in the finale regarding her existence, which I don't want to spoil. But that final scene confirmed that she will be in season 2, so I'm very much looking forward to her. And the villains, they did justice to the villains, except for Brain Scratch. He wasn't as good as he was in the anime, and I also really liked Andy, who became a space samurai in the anime. Yeah, there was an Easter egg about him, so I really hope he shows up in season 2. Teddy Bomber did show up though. And the music. The music is easily the best part about this show. I'm so glad they decided to reuse Yoko Kanno's theme, and it's just so phenomenal. And what else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the CGI and the aesthetics, they totally nailed them. The surroundings and the cinematography, they managed to give off a really cool sci-fi western noir vibe, and it's really awesome. So yeah, Netflix's Cowboy Bebop is fantastic. I give the show an 8.3 out of 10. Subscribe to my channel for more anime content.